The head of the NTSB once again urging lawmakers to pass aviation safety legislation now nearly a year and a half after last year's January's mid-air collision in D.C.
In a rare statement from Chairwoman Jennifer Homendy, she says it's time for action that was promised months ago. The NTSB concluded its investigation into the Flight 5342 crash 6 months ago. Following that lengthy investigation, the board issued 50 safety recommendations, which they say must all pass to prevent another tragedy. Homendy says while Congress has taken significant steps, the work is not finished and is urging lawmakers to pass a bill when the full Congress returns in September. For months, lawmakers have debated multiple aviation safety bills, but so far neither bill has passed both the House and the Senate.